So in this video, we're going to learn how to set up a CI/CD pipeline for our F# Azure function that is triggered by CosmosDB trigger. So pretty standard, except for the fact that we have this connection string setting. And locally, we have it in here, and this is just the local CosmosDB emulator, so that's not a big deal. But once we publish it up to Azure, we want to insert the actual connection string for our CosmosDB, and we want to keep that secret a secret. So the best way to do that in Azure is to use Key Vault. So in my Azure subscription here, I have created a Key Vault. So let me pull this over here. It's called Raj Vault. And inside of here, I have a secret. And one of the secrets here is my local Cosmos DB. And that actually points over to this instance of Cosmos DB. And we can see that I've already set up the collection here for testDB with the test collection. And I've got a couple of documents in there. And I've got my leases collection set up. And the next thing that I want to set up here is a CI/CD pipeline. I've actually already set this up, so I'll go through the actual steps to do this. And this is inside of the new Azure DevOps. So the first thing that I did here is I created this build pipeline called F# stuff here. And if we edit this pipeline, we can see that this pipeline here is just setting up some parameters at the top level here for my F# project and my test projects and getting sources. I did publish this out at GitHub so everybody can take a look at it. So here's the GitHub repository for this that I'm using. So I just linked that over as my source and I authorized it with a connection. So you can create your own connections to GitHub so it can pull and push from GitHub. And I'm just grabbing the master and I'm going to report build status here. Another interesting feature here is we have an option to have a status badge, and I actually put that markdown link in my README text. So that's where we end up with taking a look at this little badge down here that we've got the Azure Pipeline succeeded, which is kind of interesting. And let's just take a look at the tasks that we're doing. We're just running this on the regular agents that you get for free. We're doing the .NET Core Tool Installer, and these are all steps that you can add. And this is bringing down the SDK 2.1, 105, doing a quick restore on the projects, doing a quick build, test. I don't actually have any test projects, but that's a good step to keep in. Then I'm publishing this as a zip, and then publishing the artifact into the drop directory. And that allows me then to pick up in the release pipeline. And the release pipeline here is where we grab our artifact from the drop here, which is just our zip file. And we just have one stage in here for our dev environment. And we're just adding the task here to deploy Azure App Service. Notice we've selected function app here as the type. And this is an existing app service that I've created. And this is the package folder that we're deploying. And I'm doing one more thing here. If we take a look at the application configuration settings, that's our setting that we needed here. And if we take a look at this, we can see that that's the local Cosmos DB setting. And I'm using the variable configuration, the $ in parentheses with local Cosmos DB. And let's just take a look at where that's coming from. That's coming from a feature in here called variable groups. And if we go into manage the variable groups, and we can see I've created one here called from Key Vault, and this has the local Cosmos DB, and this is extracting that value out of Key Vault. And we set that up by managing the groups. If I look at my from Key Vault here, we can see that I've linked over to it with my subscription. I've linked to the key name. And when you choose add, you can choose the variables that are available. I could choose any of the other secrets that are available in Key Vault. I just need this one. So that's all I've selected. And that's what inserts that value into the application settings when we actually run this. Now, a couple other things that's nice is that This can also do continuous integration. So if we look at the triggers here, we can see that it's using continuous integration. So if I push a change up here, then it's going to automatically fire off the build. Now, if build succeeds, it's automatically going to fire off a release, and that's going to push it up to Azure. So why don't I go ahead and make a simple change here. I'll just save this. I'll commit the change locally here. And then I'll sync and push up to GitHub. That's going to go up to GitHub. So if I refresh this, we can see my update there. And if we look at my builds, we'll see that there is a new batch build kicked off here. And if we take a look at what's going on during the build, we can see all the processes that it's going through. Checked out for GitHub, going through the core tools installer. And this will go through all the various tasks. We can speed this up a little bit. So we can see that the build succeeded. So we should see a release kicking off here. And we see one being fired off right now. It's already downloaded the drop, gotten the secrets. It's deploying the app service. All right, so let's go take a look and see if it worked here. So here's our Cosmos function. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happens if we go ahead and change CosmosDB. Let's call this demo ID. Make a save. And how do we see what it actually did? Well, we were just doing logging, right? So the logging is going to go to application insights. It's also going to go to the monitor. Unfortunately, the monitor can take up to about 5 minutes or so to refresh. There was the one where we modified one document and I changed the ID to demo ID. And there you have it. There is setting up a CI/CD pipeline for an Azure function triggered by Cosmos DB using Key Vault in Azure. Thanks a lot, everyone.